Oh, hello out there. What's going on, all my movie fans? How's everybody doing today? Give everybody a chance to get on in here before we get started. All right, hope everybody's doing great today. Let me know if you have any issues hearing me. If you can hear me okay, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Okay, so I wanted to start this live off by just talking a little bit about the movies that I most recently saw in the theater. Um, of course, the most recent movie was The Little Mermaid because I went to go see it twice. The first time I saw it, I was the Sunday after it opened. Went to go see it with my family and my friends, and you can see that review on my channel. But it was a good time. Seeing it with the kids was somewhat distracting, but I still thoroughly enjoyed it. But the second time, I had opportunity to go see it in 4DX, which was my first time ever experiencing a 4DX kind of, I think amusement parks kind of have 4DX experiences to some degree, and I've done those, but it was my first time like actually going to the cinema to watch a 4DX film full length. And I had a great time with that. I don't know if you all have had opportunity to go and see a film in 4DX. Definitely let me know in the comments if you have and if you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It really kind of immersed me more into the experience of watching the film, helped me to stay more focused, more alert. I was low key kind of disappointed because I was expecting to get like fully drenched. People on TikTok were like soaking wet in their 4D experiences, and I was just very lightly missed it. I don't know if it was just because of where I was sitting in the theater, but everyone in my row had the water on, so I was very shocked that like it wasn't, more than that. So I was kind of disappointed with that, but it all worked out well. I think the only thing is with 4DX, they do spray fragrance. They have like mist and smoke and sometimes scents that also are a part of it. And just a warning, a word of warning, if you have any kind of like sensitivity to scent, then that might not be the best thing for you, because it did kind of tickle the back of my throat a little bit and I had to pull out my inhaler. But I was able to make it through without any major issues. So that was a great experience. And yeah, definitely let me know in the comments if you've seen The Little Mermaid. I don't want to go into too many spoilers about The Little Mermaid, because I know that there are some people who haven't had opportunity to watch it, but it was really good. Excuse me, I don't know, other than the people who are like really firmly attached to the 89 cartoon and just cannot get over the fact that there's even a remake, let alone that there is a, Black Ariel instead of the white, redhead Ariel. Unless you're kind of in that camp and you just won't get over that because it's just that's an attachment. You remember it when you were little. Then with that exception, I don't understand people not really enjoying the film because I think the film was very beautifully made. Rob Marshall is a great director. I love how he's been like the whole cast has been rallying around Hallie, and he has some of my favorite films, especially musical adaptation. Chicago is one of my all-time favorites, and so definitely thought he did a great job. And I just thought the film was well made. Now there, I mean, I could kind of see people not liking the design of Flounder. They're really attached to the very fluffy, chubby, baby face Flounder that they're used to from the cartoon, which, by the way, Flounder is actually designed to look more like an angelfish of some sort or some kind of like tropical angelfish, but his name is Flounder, and there's no acknowledgement of that in the actual cartoon. So I think as a kid, I just legit thought that flounders looked like that, but flounders are some ugly daggone fish. They are ugly. They're gray, murky looking. It's not cute. And I felt like with the flounder design that they gave us, they kind of were trying to find like a in between of like realism and just like an ode to the classic. But yeah, those are some ugly daggone fish. Sebastian, I did not know that people legit thought Sebastian was a lobster. Like, I just knew he was a crab my whole life because of the whole Les Poissons song, but people were like, oh, I thought he was a lobster. So I kind of feel like the live action helped people to see that he was actually a crab, And I liked Scuttle. I didn't want to like Scuttle, but I liked Scuttle. So yeah, if you haven't gone seen Little Mermaid, I definitely think you'll have a good time. I'm planning on rewatching it when it comes on Disney, and I will be purchasing it for my family to watch. But another film that I really wanted to talk about, I don't know if it's going to let me do this. Is that I saw last month was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And definitely let me know if you had opportunity to see Guardians of the Galaxy, because I really enjoyed that movie. And I don't even remember if I ever really watched Guardians 1 or 2. I don't know. It was a phase in my life where I was mad at Marvel or something, and I didn't really want to watch Chris Pratt or Zoe Saldana, but I went ahead and I took the free ticket. I took the free early screening ticket and I would go see that movie, and I was like, daggone it, this is a daggone good movie. Got me over here crying over a daggone raccoon. I don't even like raccoons. There's some mean behind little pests, and I'm over here boo-hooing up a storm over some rocket raccoon. So definitely not cool at all that I was crying about Rocket, but that was a great movie. And what I can imagine, I have kind of gone back and looked at 1 and 2, but it was like very sporadic, not all the way cleanly through. So I would not trust my judgment on 1 or 2, but I will say it felt like 3 was like a home run. It felt like they knocked it out of the park. So I think that was a good high note to end the trilogy. There are people talking about superhero fatigue. I don't believe that for a second, because too many people are so hyped about seeing that Flash movie, and I'm not planning to see the Flash. I'm not a DC girl, and even when I occasionally am a DC girl for Wonder Woman, I don't want to support that movie. Mainly because of Ezra Miller, but also I'm really still salty about Batgirl. I'm not even going to hold you. I'm mad salty that they just decided to press delete on a movie that was all the way done. And especially like in the wake of Brendan Fraser, like having his come up and reclaiming, success in Hollywood, that would have been such a big project because a lot of people didn't watch Doom Patrol on HBO Max. If they didn't have HBO Max when Doom Patrol was like first introduced. And so by the time people got HBO and HBO Max, it was already into like several seasons. And so people didn't really like jump on the bandwagon for Doom Patrol. But he was good in Doom Patrol, and I'm really salty about that. So yeah, I don't plan on watching The Flash, but definitely let me know in the comments if you plan to watch The Flash. I also like The Flash from the show, and I kind of never understood why he wasn't casted as Flash. So there's that. Um, Hold on one second, guys. All right, sorry about that. I had a little tickle in my throat. Okay, so the first movie on my June, I decided that I wanted to do a June TBR. If you know about the book world, TBR are books to be read. So these are my movies to be watched, my TBW. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and start with this one right here. And let's see if I can share this on my screen with you guys. Yeah, this one right here, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It is out now, and Into the Spider-Verse is one of the best comic book movies of all time. And this is one of the best iterations of Spider-Man. Um, I will say I haven't rewatched Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse very much. I had a very traumatic experience with watching this movie. You can like look back in my old videos for my review of this video where I talk about how traumatizing that experience was. But I thoroughly enjoyed the movie before it became traumatic. And then I watched it again for my son's birthday last year. And that was the last time that I watched it. So, although I really enjoyed it, it's not a movie that I come back to very often. And I can't say, I'm not going to lie, I can't say that Into the Spider-Verse is my favorite. I, was very partial to Tobey Maguire because that was my generation, but I also highly, highly, highly enjoyed Tom Holland, and No Way Home was really good. Like for me, as just like an MCU fan and a Spider-Man fan, that was really, really good. But this is definitely up there. It's like they're going head for head, and I am looking forward to this one. You've got three directors on this one. You've got Joaquin Dos Santos, Kemp Powers, and Justin Thompson. And if I'm not mistaken, Kemp Powers is the director of Soul. I could be really wrong when I'm saying this. No, I was right. He was a writer on Soul and a writer on One Night in Miami. So I like him a lot. Um, and then we've got, of course, the voice actors who are returning: Shamik Moore and Haley Seinfeld. Oscar Isaac is in this. Issa Rae is in this. And it says Miles Morales catapults across the multiverse where he encounters a team of spider people charged with protecting its very existence. When the heroes clash on how to handle a new threat, Miles must redefine what it means to be a hero. This movie runtime is 2 hours and 20 minutes, and it is rated PG. We are planning to take the kids this weekend. I am not sure how they're going to do with that runtime, but yeah, they've been nagging me all week not remembering when June 2nd was and asking me when they were going to go see it. So obviously we have to go see it. I forced them to go see The Little Mermaid. So I guess I have to go ahead and be a good parent and take them to go see Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Not that that's a hardship. I definitely want to see this movie because it is on my to be watch list. Let me know if Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is on your to be watch list. I know a lot of people don't go and see a lot of movies. They may have like one or two movies they plan to see each month. And so, I'm going to go on a limb and say if this is your June movie, if you haven't gone and seen The Little Mermaid, then go see Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And I only say that because, guys, like it or not, like if you are in support of Halle Bailey as the Little Mermaid and like her right to be that fictional fantasy character and to have representation in that way, then you got to tell people about it. You got to let folks know that this movie is out, and you have to go and support if you can. But I already put it out there in the universe that I want to see that movie like 8 times if I can. I love that movie so much. That is like going to be my cozy go-to movie. So I'm waiting for the DVD to come out. Like I'm not even waiting for Disney Plus. I will be buying that movie. But if you have it in you to go see both, definitely make Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse your second movie, because from what I understand, it is top tier. Now I want to intermix this with a movie that is coming to streaming so that folks who don't want to wait and want to go to a movie that is available in their homes, they can go and log into Netflix and see Extraction 2, which is coming out June 16th. June 16th. That is Father's Day weekend. And this is the perfect kind of Father's Day action movie. It's rated R, so definitely for the dads. Stars Chris Hemsworth. It's directed by Sam Hargrave, and it is written by Joe Russo. And we know the Russo brothers, they know how to do action. That's one thing they know how to do. They know how to do an action flick. So, I definitely think this movie is going to be good. But also, if you're not familiar, Chris Hemsworth recently found that he had some genetic markers for like early onset Alzheimer's. And so he talked about possibly retiring, at least for some time, or at least kind of going into an early retirement so he could spend more time with his family before that becomes an issue, while he's also still going to be like avidly working on like finding, like helping with research, helping with funding, all of those things with regard to Alzheimer's research. But he talked about retiring. So this may very well be one of his last movies for quite some time. So I definitely think this is one you don't want to miss, an opportunity to see Chris Hemsworth one more time, kicking butt. All right, now this one, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I am on the fence about this next movie. It looks visually stunning, and in a world of remakes and sequels, this is an original script. So it's not a remake and it's not a sequel. It is from Pixar and Disney, and it's Elemental. Saw the trailer for this in The Little Mermaid, because I was really literally just looking at these cutouts every time I went to the movie theater over the past few months. These cutouts have been there, and I had no clue. And I kept thinking, this looks a little bit like a ripoff of Inside Out. I'm not even going to lie to you, like the colors and the whole like red and blue and everything else. I was like, not sure if I really want to see this. But then I saw the trailer, and the trailer looked kind of interesting. Not gonna lie, it looked fire. Let's see, an hour and 43 minutes. So we're back in kid-friendly territory with the runtime, and it follows Ember and Wade in a city where fire, water, land, and air residents live together. But that's kind of not really the plot. The plot is that Ember and Wade, or especially Ember, grows up segregated from the other elements. And most of the elements are segregated from each other, and they travel to a city where they are all together. And she gets to experience that for the first time. And she brings Wade home to meet her father and mother. And it's giving very much, like kind of like interracial relationship, different culture type deal, but we're gonna like make them be elements instead, and elements don't mix because like a whole fire and water thing. Um, Interesting premise, definitely. So let me know in the comments if you think you're gonna check out Elemental. Um, I don't know that I will see it in the theater. Although I definitely want to support any kind of like new films. I should say I will likely see it on like a matinee, Tuesday matinee, when they do like the $5 or $7 movies. But I don't know if this is like I'll take the whole family out to the movie type venture. I don't know. Oh, did I mention? Yeah, it comes out June 16th. So the same day as Extinction 2. But there's another movie coming out that weekend. And I had the opportunity to go and see this movie in an early screening, and I didn't take it because life was lifing that day. So I didn't take it. Kind of disappointed that I didn't, because I really wanted to see this movie. And it is a dark comedy slash horror movie. And my esposo is not into horror that much, but it is The Blackening, an hour and 36 minutes. You don't see those kinds of times too often with films that are not meant for kids. And look at the poster here. We can't all die first. 7 Black friends who go away for the weekend only to find themselves trapped in a cabin with a killer who has a vendetta. Will their street smarts and knowledge of horror movies help them stay alive? Probably not. It's kind of like a parody almost in many ways. There's kind of like a little what's the name of that movie? Jumanji board game type of vibe going on there, where they have to figure out like which one is the blackest of the characters, because that's the character that is going to die. It was directed by Tim Story, and it stars Antoinette Robertson, Dwayne Perkins, Cinco Walls. Looks like a fun time at the movies, definitely. And it comes out the weekend of Juneteenth. So if you like that kind of thing, maybe that would be an opportunity for you to go see that with probably very much majority Black audience and have a good time. Okay. This is a movie that is coming out next week. It's coming out next week, and I was not planning to see this movie. But then I saw that some of my favorite people in the world were going to be in this movie. And I was like, daggone it. Now I got to go see this movie. Transformers Rise of the Beast. Transformers and I have been kind of spotty. I feel like I've seen all of them, but then I always feel like there's like one in there that I probably didn't see. I did see the last one that had like Mark Wahlberg in it, and it was okay. But I am partial to the Shia LaBeouf one, even though Shia was Cheyenne and all those different things. And you can see this trailer right here playing a little bit without sound. And you can see who it stars. The main character of this one is none other than, oh, let me read the plot for you real quick. Transformers Rise of the Beast. It says plot unknown, even though it's coming out next week. That's not good. Reportedly based on the Transformers spin-off Beast Wars, which features robots that transform into robotic animals. So this is not just Transformers. Okay, I didn't know that this was Beast Wars. That's pretty all right. That is pretty okay. So it's got Michelle Yeoh in it. It's got Pete Davidson in it. It's got Coleman Domingo in it, guys. That is cause enough for me to see it. But it's a full stack cast. And I'm going to tell you why I have to go see this movie now. I've got to go see it because of Michelle Yeoh. I got to go see it because of Coleman Domingo. I got to see it because Peter Dinklage. Scroll down. We're going to scroll past Anthony because I haven't forgiven him yet. He knows what he did. I have not forgiven him yet. But this right here is why I have to support this movie. Dominique Fishback is in this movie. And if you have been on my page before, you know I covered Swarm, which was an Amazon Prime series starring Dominique Fishback. She is a phenomenal actress. And I have already got it set in my head that I'm supporting anything that she does. Swarm is about a fan of a pop star who goes a little psychotic and begins killing people kind of in the name of protecting that pop star. And she gives a phenomenal performance, like Anthony Perkins and Psycho level stuff. I'm waiting for her to sweep award season, and I guess with the writer's strike, she really might be able to do that thing, because I don't know if we're getting any new TV shows after this summer. I'm gonna be honest with you. If they weren't made already, I don't know what's going to happen. But I agree, Dia. I agree. Anything Dominique is in, I'm going to have to support. And like I said, I wasn't going to go see it because the main character that they had been advertising was Anthony Ramos, and I'm still salty about Anthony and Jazz. I'm sorry. I'm still in my feelings about it. I haven't recovered. I don't know if she's forgiven him, but I don't think I've forgiven him yet. So we can't move past that. But I'm going to still go see it because there's enough other people in the movie, and he didn't do anything illegally wrong. And I can't be in a business like that to just like throw the whole movie out in that way. So I'm gonna go support. It's not the same as the Flash situation. So I'm gonna go support. That comes out next weekend. So again, June is stacked, and July is even more stacked. When we get to July's watch list, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're gonna have to save your money up for July, because right now you have some options, and maybe you have one that you like better than the other. But right now we're gonna go to this movie that I definitely was not planning to go see. And then when I went to go see The Little Mermaid in 4DX, the trailer was playing. And I have not seen a single Indiana Jones since the first one, because it would play on cable all the time. But if I were going to see a 4DX movie in the month of June, I'm going to go see this in 4DX, because I can only imagine how all of these escapades are going to play out, all these fight sequences, this movement, the rapids, all those different things. I can imagine that is going to be a phenomenal experience going to see it in 4DX. And if you didn't know, Indiana Jones is a Disney property. They have an Indiana Jones Spectacular at Disney World. I don't know if they have it at Disneyland, where they show you all the different stunts and all the different things like that. So I just know they definitely probably designed this movie with that 4DX budget in mind. They were like, we're going to go do this 4DX thing, because that's why we can charge $25 per ticket, and it'd be like a whole amusement park experience that you would have. And I believe that this is going to give that. So I might wait until like the second day just to make sure people are saying that it's giving what I think it's going to give. But I think I may go see this one in 40X, and it's PG-13, 2 hours and 22 minutes. That's not bad. That's only like 7 minutes longer than Little Mermaid. Archaeologist Indiana Jones races against time to retrieve a legendary artifact that can change the course of history. And of course, it stars Harrison Ford, Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Those two people alone make me want to go see this. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that for like a 40X type of vibe. But we'll see. If I don't see it, I'll wait till it hits up on Disney. But I think it's going to be a fun, maybe like date night type of movie. You can't afford to take the whole family because it's gonna be like it's gonna break your bank. But maybe one, two of you can go see it together. So I definitely think that would be like a cool, and it's at the end of the month. So, you right there at the end, you can go see it on the first of the month and have your paycheck or whatever. So yeah. Now I'm going to take a pause because before I get to the movie that I probably am most excited for in June, other than Spider-Man, I'm going to talk about a series. I know this was like mostly movies. I really wasn't hitting on a lot of series. There are a ton of series that are coming back in June. I think The Bear is coming back in June, but I have to rewatch season 1. And I think I might go back and like do a breakdown of season 1 or do like 2-part video on season 1 because I saw it, but I don't really remember all the elements of it. But season 2 is coming out, I think, June 22nd. But this series right here that I'm about to show you is something I have been waiting for 4 years. For 4 years, I've been waiting for this. So we got to talk about it. Black Mirror is coming back with the 6th season. And if I had my Twitter up right now, I would show y'all the receipts over the last few years of me harassing creator Charlie Brooker for this series, like tweeting him and saying, "Yo, Charlie, where is the new season?" It's a new season 6, and you can kind of see with the VHS going on here that we're gonna have some TV focused episodes, but there's also going to be some like throwback 80s vibe episodes, I think, with the VHS. And there are 6 episodes in this season. So that's good for Black Mirror because, Black Mirror is not shy about giving a 3 or 4 episode season. So getting 6 episodes is not that bad. Now, I will say the trailer hit, and I'm going to put links to the trailers in the description of this for the replay. If you're watching it on replay, you can check out the description to find all of the trailers for this. But I will say, looking at the trailer for this, I'm hype about the people involved in the project. But I don't know. Yes, it's been that long. It literally was before COVID ever hit that we last got a season of Black Mirror. That's crazy. And when you think about it, look at how long Black Mirror has been out. It's been out since 2011, and we're just getting season 6. The show has been literally out for 12 years. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Charlie? Like, why are you keeping us waiting like this? We look to you to see what the issues are that are coming that we need to be concerned about. And so, like, I'm really looking forward to this season. I'm imagining that they're going to do like a complete drop on Netflix, and it's June 15th. It's always kind of hard to cover Black Mirror because I don't know about you, but I watch it and I get overwhelmed. Because it's like it takes me there mentally. It's like heavy. It's so heavy. So I might not cover the whole season. I don't know. I gotta pray about it. But he usually gives us one episode that's kind of lighthearted and okay. And so we might end up having, I might end up being able to do something like that. I might be able to do something like that, and we'll just see. We'll just see what happens. So there's one more show or one more movie that I am super excited about seeing this month. Why I'm excited to see this, I I can't really tell you. No, I can tell you. It's because it's Black love. It's a black. That's my hint. That's my hint for you, and it is The Perfect Find. I'm not sure if you've heard about this movie, but it's called The Perfect Find. It's based on a book. It is an hour and 39 minutes, so that's a nice little perfect cushy runtime for a rom com. It stars Gabrielle Union and Keith Powers. It's directed by Numa Perrier, and it's based on a book by Tia Williams. I've not read the book, but I think I'm going to read the book now so I can be ready for it. It comes out June 23rd. After a high-profile firing, Jenna's fashion career comeback hits a snag when she falls for a charming, much younger coworker who happens to be her boss's son. As sparks fly, Jenna must decide if she'll risk it all on a secret romance. And if you're, everybody should be familiar with Gabrielle Union, okay? And not just because her husband is Dwayne Wade, okay? But also because she has been in the game for 30 years, right? She's been that girl. But Keith Powers, people might not be as familiar with him. My favorite role of his, he's been in a couple of things that I like, but my favorite role of his is when he played in the New Edition story, and also when he played Ryan Destiny's boyfriend in real life. I was that they were a cute couple. And so I'm excited about this. We haven't had a good rom-com in a while, and certainly not a Black love rom-com. And so this is given, very much like how Stella got her groove back. I had to stop and look it up because I was like, how old is Gabrielle Union? I'm thinking that she's like close to my age, and girl is 50. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know what elixir she drunk. She found the elixir from Death Becomes Her and took it, and has managed to stay looking like this like for forever. It makes no sense. But yeah, I'm here for it. Okay, so he was on, I remember him from BET's Tales. I have never seen that. So now I have to look that up. He was on another show on Freeform, what it used to be ABC Family, and I'm not going to remember the name of that show for the life of me. It's going to escape me, but it was a show that was created by the same woman who created Pretty Little Liars series, Marlene King. And I didn't watch it. I watched a couple of episodes, but I didn't really get into it. It didn't last very long, but I was so mad at her for how bad Pretty Little Liars ended that I was like, nah, man, I can't even watch it. But definitely the New Edition story, like, I still, to this day, don't understand why anybody would try to make a biopic and not hire the creators of the New Edition story, because that was the best. The best. Sorry if y'all are hearing this. I guess the lawn person finally has shown up. That was the best biopic ever. Like, for a made for TV biopic, chef's kiss, 10 out of 10, definitely. But yeah, so those are some of the main movies that are coming out in June that I know I will probably be covering here on the channel. But definitely let me know in the comments if there is a movie that you're looking forward to, or even a show that's coming back in June that you're looking forward to. We gotta share this information, y'all, because it's gonna be looking real scary pretty soon, because the writer's strike is still taking place, and it may be a while before we get any new content. So we gotta enjoy what we got right now. We're gonna have to make some stuff stretch. I don't know what to tell you. These streaming services, I kind of low-key hope that this is the thing that makes them not put everything out for binge. I like when some stuff is available to binge, but I kind of like when they drop things in chunks and we have time to digest it and get together and chit chat about it and have a good time, have a little good kiki about it, and break it on down. Because when you have to watch a whole series in a weekend in order to not be left behind because the spoilers, because I'm gonna tell you, I've been dodging spoilers for Spider-Man all daggone day on social media, and that movie just came out. Like, y'all dropping spoilers already. But not over here. No spoilers yet. So those are all of the movies that are on my TBW for the month of June. But also, I am going to do a Little Mermaid, like spoiler things you might have missed video. I do have the non-spoiler review up because I definitely want to encourage as many people as possible to go see it, to go support Hallie. She worked hard, she deserves it. And right now, overseas, they are not trying to hear a Black princess. It's getting no love in the countries that we would kind of expect not to love this. So we have to give it love over here. So no spoilers yet, but I am going to have a separate video for people who, once they have seen it and want to dive in and kind of see some stuff they might have missed, they can go ahead and see it. Okay. But thank you guys so much for showing up today and for participating and for just, coming over here and showing me some love. This video will be up for the replay in a few minutes, so feel free to share it on socials. You have people who don't know what's coming out and they're always asking you what's coming out. You can send them to this video and they'll know what they need to check out in the month of June. And I will see you guys at the end of the month to talk about July, okay? Thank you so much. Toodles.